Hey everybody. All right. So, um plan is today is to unmold what I poured earlier in the week and then pour something new. Now, I'm going to be doing a lace effect in this particular mold here. And I have poured out a total of 8 ounces of clear resin, which I am mixing up right now. And this is to make sure that it doesn't cure while I'm talking, like it did in my last live. Um, this is a different brand. This is the original brand that I always use, Puduo, for this particular pour. It's a little thicker. And usually I have to let it sit because it needs to warm up in order for me to uh, attempt to do this particular effect. Hey Tammy, uh, hey Kimberly. And so after I've mixed this up, I will show you the colors that I picked out today, and then show you what else I'm going to be putting in the pour for this one as well. And over the last like day or so, I saw this new technique that I really want to try out. The only thing is I need some more supplies. I need to get resin inks. So like I have resin um like epoxy pastes. And so from what I understand, the way this technique works is it works best with these like epoxy inks, and it has to do with the weight and how it floats between, because there's a white base. So basically, you pour a layer of white colored resin, and then you put different layers of colored of epoxy resin, and then you have a heavier colored white as the last. Hey, Deborah. And so I really want to try this because uh, the way it comes out is so absolutely gorgeous. So while I have the whites, I have lots of different kinds of whites in liquid form and in paste form. And then you need interference powder, which I have interference powder. And so the last piece of the puzzle that I need is these epoxy inks. And so while I have highly concentrated um, pastes, these ones are liquid inks. It's Liquitex. And so that's the last piece of the puzzle that I need. And how it comes out is when you unmold it, you get this like cloudy, opalish look. And you also the way it looks when you unmold it as well is you can see these like cells, individual cells that are in the shapes of like rectangles and squares. And the rectangles and squares are what the interference powder is outlining. And I don't know the science behind it all, but it looks really cool. Um, but we're going to be doing the lace effect, and I'll show you an example of the lace effect if you can't remember what it is. But let me finish mixing this up so that I can um, get it going. Um, and I'm debating on, so like normally, I know like you guys had asked, why do I always use white? So, and one, it has to do with the weight. Because while the resin does whatever it wants to, it only um So it also is that with the lace effect, you put the whites on the edges of your mold, and when you pour resin, as you guys have noticed, the color always ends up coming towards the center. And so that is part of how the lace effect works, is that that's why you put your color or your white on the edge. um, and so it allows the resin to pull the white from the edge to the center, and in that process gets this lace look, and then it also has these like spore looks as well. So it kind of is like how the Petri look is. Um, so, and I've had some pretty decent success when I've poured it with you guys. And so I'm debating on whether I want to do two lines of quote unquote white. So one, I would do one actual white, and then I would do another go around with a different color, or I would mix the white with a different color. And I'm thinking, maybe I'll mix it with another alcohol ink, or some mica powder or something or other, so that uh, it can do what it can. But I haven't quite 100% mastered it. So we'll see how I feel once we get there. So this is almost done being mixed up. And I always know when it's mixed up, because when I look in at my cup, I no longer see streaks. Because it'll start out cloudy when you mix it, and as you stir, you'll see like what looks like strings or strands of the resin, like the part A and part B mixed together. And then as you mix and mix and mix, it gets clearer and clearer and clearer. So um, that's essentially what I'm double checking to make sure that I have made all of that go away. And I'm thinking um 8 will be more than enough ounces for this to get it to what I want it to be. All right. So, first, colors. Okay, so I have picked out the colors for Get Me Not, and these are all alcohol inks. And then I've got lavender, and then the last color is fuchsia. Now, in my cups, so in this cup, which I don't know, you probably can't see, I've got a little bit of mica powder. It's called Magnolia Shimmer. It will give my white a bit of shininess. And then this is what I'm going to put as my center. It's got these pink and clear glass or rock bits. And I got that off of Amazon, and it's actually just this uh, tray here. It's got all different colors, and it's Ziplocs filled with little different rock bits. All right, now just so you guys know what we're trying to attempt today. So okay, so this one was the better one of the two that I tried. So this was the first one, and if you guys can see, those dots there, and how it, so it basically, what it did was it pulled from the edges of the white and pulled it into the center. And that's the lace effect. Hey, Sally. No worries. I haven't unmolded anything yet, so you haven't missed too much. I'll show the colors like I always do before I put it down into the ink. But this is what we're going to be pouring today, the lace effect. So this is what what I'm trying to get it to look like. So this was the first attempt. This was the second one. And I think for this one, the reason why it didn't get it quite all the way is I maybe had put too much color in it. And that's when yes, I think I put too much of the pink. If I had maybe put less, I think maybe it would have pulled it further out and gotten a better cell definition like this one did. So yeah, so this is what we're trying to get today. But I like both of those pieces and how they came out. So first, I'm going to put some of this clear in with the rocks. And that's just to make a little bit of a paste so that when I put it in the center, it doesn't create too many bubbles when I put it down. So you don't really need much when it comes time. All right, so that's that. And then this will be what I put my white in. And like I said, I have a little bit of shiny mica powder in here. And I'm going to put about an ounce or so in this cup. Okay, and then today for my white, I am using Eder Art white pigment drops. So that like piece that I want to try out involves this kind of white. So, but you need to have the white heavier. So I'm going to do like 6. 4, 5, 6. And I'll mix it up. And then once I've got all this mixed up, I will unmold the piece we poured in my last live. And then this one, we will unmold in my next one, which I have currently set up for Tuesday at the same time. Okay. All right, so if you guys remember, that's what we poured in my last one. Put this out of the way. accidentally knock it over. And I had the 3 different shades of blue along with the white that had some shiny mica powder mixed in. Um, so we're gonna go ahead and unmold it. Okay, ready? And let's see how it came out. Ooh, I like that. That came out really pretty. I like the way the white spread out like that. It really does look like the ocean. Super, super pretty. And I'm not sure if you can see the sparkles from the mica powder that I added in. But I really do like the way it came out. And I really like the stones that I put in the center with that contrast color. And it's like this bluish black color. It kind of reminds me um of the black sand beaches that they have in Hawaii. And that's what it reminds me of, this blackish blue color against this blue with the foamy white um out there. So yeah, I really like how this came out. It does look like that. It does too, Sally. It does look like a blizzard as well, but I do like the way this came out. It came out gorgeous. Um, Amazing. I see, and this is why I love resin so much because it just does so many different things. Um, and I got a different kind of resin the other day, and it's a really thick resin. It's tabletop resin, and it, I think, creates 3D blooms a lot easier from what I understand. So I want to use that in my upcoming pours so that we can create some gorgeous blooms as well. And I'm thinking that with that resin, that doing some firework pours will come out fantastic. Like if I were to use this mold or even the round one, I think will come out really pretty. So, all right. So that's that. This will be an item that I will be having up for sale. And I am going to try to hopefully um, be cleaning up some of the pieces. I'm going to try anyway with in between my appointments, clean up some of the pieces that I want to sell. Uh, for you guys. And like I said, um, they will be items that I think are up to my my um ideals. But if there was something you saw that you would like to have, I'm more than willing, to, like, who am I to say no? So anyway, this is probably a piece that I'm going to sell. It came out really gorgeous. I love, love, love the way it is. So, all right, I'm going to set this in my collection of other resin items. So, let me see. And I'm going to take my resin's temperature. Okay, so we're at 90 degrees. I'm going to let it sit for a few more minutes, but in the meantime, I forgot to put my lid back on my white. I will show you the colors we have for this one. So again, it is Forget Me Not. That's really interesting. And see, I think that's probably also why a lot of artists say that the colors may vary according to the device that you're using. So, um, each device somehow puts out, emits each color differently, um, depending on, I don't know, on the makeup, internally of said electronic. Even though the color on my end, obviously is same is the same is the same. So, if anybody does end up getting it, I'll be interested to hear if what you saw on your device is the same, better, or I guess different, as in um darker, lighter, as you say, paler, stuff like that. So yeah. All right. So one of the colors, like I said, is Forget Me Not. Then we're gonna use lavender, and then I'm going to use fuchsia. Okay. So um, let me move this cup here. Just trying to consolidate things here. And all right. So for this particular type of pour, the white goes down first on the edges, and then we pour the clear down, and then we put um, the alcohol inks down. And then I'll put the stones in the center. And then after that, the resin will hopefully move to the center, creating those cells that I showed you guys. Okay. Wiping this off. And I'm putting it in a piping bag because you guys, yeah, it definitely looks like the ocean. I really like the way it came out. I'm really pleased with it. So, all right. So I'm putting it in the white in a piping bag so that I can get the white on the edges of my mold, and I am scooching forward a little bit. Okay. You're just hoping it doesn't come out too fast. Some people are able to, with this particular pour, they're able to use a paper cup and get the white on the edges. I don't know how they manage to do that. I can't do that. And I am trying to keep it as even as possible. Okay, so that's the white. Now we're gonna get the clear down, which I can feel that it's warm through my gloves, and I'm giving it one last stir before I put it down in the mold. So, and I didn't use all of the white that I used, but you know, just like with anything else, always have good to have more than not enough. I am going to make sure that everything is touching the edges, and it looks like it is. Okay. And this one I won't put a back on it because I always like having the clear backing, especially when it comes to the lace effect. I like the way it looks. I think it's always fun to see through a resin piece. Okay, so that's that. Get my stick wiped. And I don't know if I would be able to put a back on it anyway because the mold is pretty full. And I see a piece of fuzz or hair or something in my molds. Okay, I think I got it. So I don't know if you can see. Hey Ola Joe. Thanks for dropping in. Hey Jennifer. Thank you. Yeah, I really love this mold. I have a couple more and I really need to use them. And there are more that I want to get. But I don't know if you guys can tell. Do you see how the white is kind of floating up there and it's already starting to move to the center? Um, and that's what I'm trying to create as far as, you know, the web effect or the lace effect. What do you want to call it? All right. So let's get my colors down before it gets away from me. All right. Now, this is the Forget Me Not, and we're going to do that one first. I need to wipe that. That just is a mess. And of course now I've made even bigger of a mess. The lid now has blue all over it. Okay. Then we're gonna put the pink down. So this is the fuchsia. Blue is my favorite color too. All right. Oh, look at that. Sometimes the inks just hate me. Good thing for gloves. Okay. And 2. And trying to clean that up a little bit. As it is all over the place now. Do you see how the white is going towards the center? And that's exactly what I'm wanting it to do. So that's how I also know I believe that I picked or put enough white and not too much. Now let's hope that the purple doesn't explode everywhere. And I'm just going to put a couple of drops of the purple in the center. Okay. I hope it does come out nice. I really like the way it looks right now. Okay. And then just gonna let it marinate for a second because you can probably see that the alcohol inks are kind of still moving around. And before I put my stones in the center, I want to make sure that it's, you know, doing what I am wanting it to do. And they say that how you know where the center is to let the resin cure for a little bit, like maybe 5 minutes or so. And then like any sort of pigment or whatever it is that you've put in will move to the center. And then once you've gotten that bullseye point, so like where the purple is, you will that's where the center is. So I'm seeing that all the, the white is moving to the center, the blue is moving to the center, the pink, which is more of a red color, is moving to the center. So essentially where the purple is where I'm going to want to put my stones. And I picked a contrasting color just because I can. And like I said, I just mixed in a little bit of my clear resin with it so that it made it into a paste. And those of you who come to my lives, you guys know the drill, and also know that I try not to have my lives go super long, just because one, I have a hard time with it, but number two, sometimes it's like doing 2 hours, 3 hours can be a little rough. So anyhow, so a couple of reminders. If you have not entered in my birthday, my month-long giveaway, that's a scavenger hunt, you can do so. You would enter in on my number 4 um video, and then that will give you all the clues that you need in order to enter in. You need to have all of the information in on the comments on that video in order to win. Now, I also am giving away a Nelson Wood crochet hook. You can win that as a replay giveaway. That one is ending on the 14th of October. You can enter for that on my live post, and that one is that I did on Tuesday. And in order to get the information on how to win, you can go to I think it's the short that I posted right before my number 4 birthday giveaway short. So if you go to that short, it'll tell you how to enter, and then what information you need in order to enter it. Okay, so those are the two things. You can win a Nelson Wood hook. That giveaway is ending on the 14th, and then I have a nice prize pack that I'm giving away for what was my birthday month in September. Um, that giveaway ends on October 15th. All right. So, with that being said, I'm going to put my stones in the center. And I mixed 2 colors of stones, a pinky colored stone, along with some like clear slash opaly looking ones. So that's that. And let me wipe my stick off. I've been trying to reuse my popsicle sticks. Not that I don't have any, but it's always nice to reuse rather than tossing. I need more paper cups, little paper cups. So that's the resin pour. I think it's going to come out really pretty. I hope it does, especially with the lace effect that I'm trying to attempt. This is a style that I'm trying to learn, and it's kind of a hit and miss. You know, it's a learning curve. And then I really want to try this other technique that I saw the other day. I've been watching a couple of other videos on how to do it. I just need to pick up some uh, inks for it, and I think I have everything else. So yeah, I don't know. Uh, what I let me here, I will show you. And in case those of you who came a little bit late, I will show you what last live's pour looks like. And this is the, how I've been running things thus far is I pour something like this, and then the next week after I will unmold it. So on Tuesday, we poured something, and I will show you how it came out. So this is how last week's pour was, and it is, I think it's absolutely gorgeous. This is a piece that I'm planning on putting on for sale. It's really it kind of reminds me of a plate. So this is the back side. That's this side here. And then when I unmolded it, this is what it looked like. I think it came out beautiful. Reminds me of the ocean, or if you are in snowy Minnesota, which I have lived in, it does look like a snow blizzard. And this is essentially, it's like a platter. You can put this on a plate stand or whatever you might choose. So this is how it came out. Yeah, I think it came out really pretty, really, really, really pretty. So, and then, so this particular piece, I am trying to get it to look like, something like this. So if you see the like, cells there, that it, how it came about is that the white on the edges, it's pulled into the center, and that's how I ended up with this. And so I'm trying to get this to look something like this. I don't know how some people manage to get it to look so nice and even. I am not Miss Nice, Neat, and Even. I'm just like shaky hands and everything. And it comes out however it comes out. But this item will also probably be a sale. So, okay. Have a great day. Have a nice week next week. I will hopefully see you in my next one. Bye, Deborah. So yeah, this is what I'm hoping it will come out to look like. And then, I have my other pieces that I plan on putting up for sale. I want to say there's going to be maybe a total of close to 7 pieces. I don't know. I'll have to sit down and count. And they have to meet a specific grade in order for me to sell. So, yeah, uh, that's pretty much it for the day today. Um, we'll wrap it up. I really enjoyed this. I really hate having to wait a whole week because it sits in my crafting area staring at me and like, unmold me, unmold me. I know you want to look and see. And it takes so much for me to not want to just unmold everything and take a look at it. So anyhow, I really enjoy doing this with you guys. It not only allows me to share my passion for resin with you guys and answer any sort of questions that you guys might have, but it also helps me deal with my anxiety. This is something that helps soothe my anxiety. And even after doing this for close to 3 years or 3 years, I don't know which it is, but uh, I still get massive nerves when I have to hop on a live. I'm always nervous that I'm going to mess up, look silly, or anything like that. But you guys are always super understanding and are right there along with me on this process. So I appreciate you guys. It means a ton. So with that being said, we're going to wrap it up. And don't forget to enter in both of those giveaways. Oh, here, before I forget, did I do I have it? Where is it? What did I do with it? Mm, mm, mm. I have so much stuff. So did I put it in here? Hold on 1 second. So I can, for those of you, and I'm sure you guys all have seen the crochet hook, but let me just show it to you guys one more time. you can enter to win this Nelson Wood crochet hook. It's in the size I, and that one you oh, thank you, Sally. But don't forget, this one is for my birthday live. You can enter in if you haven't done so already. It is available to win until the 14th. So I will wrap it up and let you guys have a great rest of your Sunday. And then I will see you guys on Tuesday unless something comes up. And I hope you enjoyed the rest of also the early part of your week. And let's hope that this guy comes out the way I want it to. So bye everybody, and take care, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye everybody.